stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come with a dank, scrolling the tank, rolling with the gang. You sit and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? I'm sorry for yelling. I apologize. That was actually extremely loud. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward live on Sports.com. I'm your boy, joined by my man, Spin Morax.
What up, though?
You got young Chris in the TV booth. JB's moving the 1 to 2s. Rocking along on a victory Monday, mates.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Dude, I'm feeling good. That was probably the most dominant performance I've seen out of the Detroit Lions in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely the most dominant performance of Dan Campbell's tenure in Detroit. It was from literally the second snap of the game. They won. I think Neil said it. He was like, boom, first snap, rush, turnover, Lions win. That's what it felt like.
That's what it was.
Deshaun Elliott literally baby boyed Travis Etienne out of that ball.
That was funny. You see what he said after the game?
Yeah.
Thought I was a punk.
He said I thought I was a punk. He tried me, and he found out different.
He laughed after. You think he was being serious or joking around?
He was probably joking.
Yeah, that's very true.
It was awesome, man. It was an amazing game on all counts. A complete game played by the Detroit Lions, both defense and offense. A lot of praise to be held out. A lot of praise to go to Jared Goff. Jared Goff played himself a great game. We're going to get into that. And break it down a little bit. But, yeah, man, it was impressive. It was an impressive game. Very well coached by Dan Campbell. We talked about how Dan Campbell has these guys playing disciplined, tough-nosed football. You see in this 5-game stretch, they have a 9-3 turnover ratio, and they're 4-1 in that stretch. On the season, they're the 8th least penalized team in the NFL, and in the past 4 games, they are the least penalized team in the NFL, averaging 3 penalties a game. They only had 1 against the Jaguars, and it's impressive, man.
And by the way, the one they had against the Jaguars, I don't know if you remember, even the announcing team was like, what?
Yeah, it was Fugazi.
What? Yeah.
It was Fugazi.
Fugazi.
They just made it up. They're like, all right, we got to throw at least 1 flag on them.
All right.
They're playing well. They're playing structured, disciplined football. It's impressive to watch. I haven't seen that out of the Detroit Lions in a long time.
I love you. You're spitting out numbers. All right. Numbers are boring. Can we get the video, the post-game speech from Dan Campbell?
Oh yes, this is great.
Let's run the tape real quick. That one.
That was the best game we played all year, gentlemen. That was the best game. We are playing our best football right now. It's 5 weeks in a row now. We're playing our best football, and we're in December. That's a credit to you guys. I know what we are, man. I know what we are. You should know what you are. We talked about the skill players. You had to own it today, man. You had to rise up. Receivers and DBs. Quarterback now. Joey, you got a game ball? Just give me 1 game ball here, real quick. There's a number of you guys, man. There's a whole ton of guys who played really well. We'll dive into the tape, all that. There is one guy here, man. You guys know, anybody who's played on another team, man, to be able to come somewhere else, you're a free agent, you want to make your claim, stake your claim, and you have a big game. DJ,
I just want to say I appreciate y'all for bringing me in. You know, I spent, 4 years there, and I came here, and, every day y'all made me feel like I'm part of the team. That's the biggest thing for me. I'm feeling like I'm somewhere where I belong. Y'all made me feel like that. So
yes, sir! Okay, now.
Hold on, no. I need that last part for me.
Stop.
I'm sorry, we were just clapping. I apologize.
My fault.
Just give me the last part, because the last part.
I missed the cue. I think it's gonna re-loop it.
All right, just go to
Let me see. Yeah. I gotta fast forward through this. My fault.
No, this is it.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Leave it at that. All right, break it down, baby. Break it down. Break it down.
Look, y'all boy.
That part. We want to know. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
You know what that means, right?
Just playoff push, man. The playoff push. They can win out. They can win out. They got one of the easiest schedules remaining in the league this year. This next week against the Minnesota Vikings is the best team they have on the schedule all year. Vikings ain't shit. We were a score, a snap, a first down away from defeating the Minnesota Vikings at the beginning of the year. And look at their comeback. They're playing better than ever. They're healthier than they've ever been. I already talked about them playing discipline, them not turning the ball over, them forcing turnovers. Lions might win out. They might go 6-0, and they might be 10-7 on the edge of the playoffs at the end of the year.
Who are you today?
I'm just saying, man.
You're the negative Nancy.
It's impressive, man.
It's
impressive. They're playing great football. I said it 2 weeks ago. If they beat the Giants outside of the Bills, there's nobody on that schedule that I'm like, oh, all right, they can't. I don't know if they can hang with them. They beat the Giants. And they whooped that ass against the Jaguars. They're close against the Bills. You're telling me I'm supposed to be scared of the Vikings, the Jets, the Panthers, the Bears, and the Packers? Get out of here! Get out of here! Bullshit! The Lions have a legitimate chance of winning out the rest of the season. They really do.
Who is this? JB, who is this guy right now?
I don't know who this dude is.
Who is this dude?
He is turned up for the Lions right now, going 6-0 these last couple
days. They really
days.
could. They really. I'm not sitting here planting the flag because it is the NFL. You still got to go.
Looking like a big happy lion.
You got to go into New Jersey and play the Jets, which is going to be the last toughest game on that schedule. You're playing that BS-ass Panthers team. Clap. You're playing the Bears. Clap. You're playing the Packers that are going to be maybe without Aaron Rodgers. Clap. And then you got the Vikings coming to your house. I'm not planting the flag, but the Lions could really win out the rest of the season. And if they do, give Dan Campbell a raise. If they do, I'm getting the tattoo anyway. No, I'm just kidding. It's going to be
on my ass, too.
I'm getting that on my ass. I'm getting Dan Campbell tatted on the cheek. No, but it's impressive. The way they're playing football, the way they are winning games will sustain. They're not turning the ball over. They're not making stupid penalties, and they're scoring on every possession. That is winning football. If you put up 30 points a game, you are in every game. And we're going to talk about the defense because they're coming back. Eazy defended the Glenn from day one.
Yes, sir.
He defended the Glenn. He planted the flag for House Patience, and now it's paying off.
House Patience, defend the Glenn! I've been saying it all year, man. I've been saying it all year. I wanted to cut the tape from it last week to talk about it because he had pointed out everything that I told you guys from the get. Like, this is a young team, the youngest defense in the league. Like, the people are. I mean, Dan Campbell rehearses a little bit today too. Like, they ask, "What are you doing different? What are you doing?" We're not doing anything different.
No.
We have the youngest team in the NFL.
They got healthy.
Damn sure the youngest. They got healthy too. That helped too. Like, there was. Maybe, I don't know if this was last week or a couple weeks before, but I was talking about context, right? And the context of the situation for the Detroit Lions and, like, almost anything when you're presuming, like, a sports opinion. Because a lot of people like to do, like, the numbers. Like, my guy in the chat right now who loves Jared Goff.
Slav Jared Goff's now.
Yeah, he Tiana Trump Jared Goff.
He Tiana Trumps that. The GOAT of Jared Goff.
Like, we could bring up numbers, but I could also bring up numbers to counter that.
Yeah.
Where you have to find the truth between it all is you have to, like, read in between the lines and find the context of the scenario. And this is what we said Friday, too. You and I called it. We said the Detroit Lions are going to blow out the Jaguars.
Yes. They're
going to dog walk the Jaguars. Shout out to Ryan Monty, too. He said as well. We got a group text going on with it. Detroit Lions 3-1 in the last 4 games heading into this game.
Mm-hmm.
Only allowing 21 points per game heading into this game, which is lower now, by the way. Getting healthy heading into this game. Extra days of, like, rest, heading into this game. Oh, by the way, they averaged 1.6 turnovers per game heading into that game yesterday. And the context of that scenario, like, it's a different football team.
Mm-hmm.
This is a different football team from the beginning of the year. Now, I know that Dan Campbell said he's coached them the same way. I know that Aaron Glenn said that they're coaching them the same way. But they are getting better because they are young. I've been saying that. That's defend the Glenn. That was the whole purpose of it. Half these guys weren't healthy, and the other half of them are just, like, brand new. Outside of Aleem McNeil and Alex Anzalone spinning, I really couldn't tell you who was on this defense last year.
And I hear, we hear all the talk of people, people older than I, and I've experienced it in my 26 years of life. The heartbreak, the buying in, and then getting your guts ripped out. Pause. And just not wanting to go all in on the Detroit Lions. I'll tell you what, I'm all in on the Detroit Lions this year.
Wow, who is this guy?
After seeing this sustained success of disciplined, non-turnover football.
Give them the turnover stat one more time, because there's people who just
like I said,
they
have a 9-3 turnover ratio, and they're 4-1 in those games. Since that game, in that 5-game stretch, They are the least penalized team in the NFL. On the season, they are the 8th least penalized team in the NFL. Dan Campbell has these guys humming. He has them playing right. He has them not committing mistakes. And for a young team, to be that disciplined in the face of opposition, it is impressive. It is a testament to Dan Campbell and his coaching staff. And it's something to believe in. When you see a team that is putting up points like that, not turning the ball over, forcing turnovers on defense, and not being penalized, that is how you win games in the NFL. If you were to write a book about how to win games in the NFL, first thing, score points. Second thing, don't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Third thing, force turnovers. Fourth thing, don't commit penalties. The Lions are doing all of that right now. And if they continue this success, now that I've seen it in a 5-game stretch, I can believe. It's impressive to me. And this is something that makes you want to buy in on the Detroit Lions. And yeah, why not? Why not? You know, my heart's been broken a couple times already. My heart's been put on the line and kicked in the dirt before. But I'm putting it back out there. I'm putting it back out there for the Detroit Lions. I really do think, I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to do it, no problem. Because it is the NFL and you lose to teams you shouldn't. But the Lions have a very good chance of winning out the rest of the season.
Who would play Spencer with this big happy lion over here?
I'm just saying.
Who?
I gotta check the nameplate.
Yeah, like what is going on there?
I'm just saying. Who? What do you know? This is what good football does to a person. This is what witnessing good football in 5 consecutive weeks does to a person. Seeing these young dogs eat. Seeing these young dogs eat, you see James Houston, you see Aiden Hutchinson, you see Josh Pascal, you see Kirby Joseph, you see Amon-Ra St. Brown, you see... There's too many to name.
Yeah.
These are young dudes playing at a high level, not committing penalties, and forcing turnovers. And that is how you win in the NFL. So, if you're telling me I'm supposed to be scared of old COVID toe Aaron Rodgers or Mike White. Mike White's the Jets is the only game that I'm like, all right, they could, but I'm not scared of Kirk Cousins. Spartan Dog, love you, but sorry, you're going down next week. I'm not scared of Justin Fields and the Bears with their last place defense, because the Lions defense is last place anymore.
Defend the plan, baby, let's go!
I'm not scared of these teams. After seeing what this team did to the Giants, Buffalo, and the Jaguars, they're not world beaters, but they're an up-and-coming team. They're a good team. Trevor Lawrence has been balling out of his mind up until this game. It's impressive. Like I said, I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm not staking a claim, but they have a very good chance of doing it. And I'm there for it. I'm riding with it.
I think you snuck in an important fact there, too, is like, there's so many ways to look at this game. It's kind of hard to consume because it's almost too good to be true. Like, these types of games don't happen very often. We saw one last night. The Cowboys shellacked the Indianapolis Colts, which, I mean, you're not the biggest fan of Jeff Saturday. A lot of people aren't the biggest fans of Jeff Saturday. They don't think he's an actual coach, so, like, that's somewhat expected. But, like, for the Detroit Lions, especially these type of games, I can't remember the last time we won by 20-plus points.
You can't.
Usually we're on the opposite side of that ass whooping.
Yeah. Sitting in the third quarter, kicking my feet up, got a beer in my hand, like, I'm about to turn Pokemon on. I'm good. You know, this is a great game. I don't have to worry about this anymore. When is the last time the Lions did not punt and only committed one penalty? A single penalty for the entire game. And like we said, it was a fugazi hold that didn't even happen.
Yeah.
That was one of the best performances I've seen out of the Lions in my life. Like, it makes me think of the Broncos game. I don't know what year it was, but our defensive lineman...
Stephen Talk was doing the
our defensive lineman had like a 60-yard pick six, and he was getting oxygen on the sideline.
Yeah.
I can't remember what year it was, but that dominating, like, you got to go all
like
the way back
2012
there.
or 2013.
Yeah. Or the Eagles on Thanksgiving when Calvin had 3 touchdowns.
Oh, my.
And we put up 45.
Good times.
Those are the types of things. It's been that long since I've seen the Detroit Lions dominate a game whistle to whistle, first snap to last snap.
And it's the young pieces doing this.
It's all
shit,
the young pieces.
What is going on?
It's impressive.
We're definitely going to jump into it. Before we do that, though, Spinny, can you, for all the Jaguars fans that head into this game thinking that, you know, they're going up against a 4-7 franchise, a team that was second in the draft behind them, a team that's historically poop, but ultimately got the poop smacked out of
We
them.
just been farting. Y'all ain't seen shit yet. But for these Jaguars fans, I got something for you. And that is SMA, or the Sports Marketing Agency, because the Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about substance abuse and mental health. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. And trust me, everyone, I used to work in this field. I know stigma is a big reason why people don't come forward to seek help, because they feel like they're being judged for their sickness. So if you or someone you know is struggling, make sure they go to thesportsma.com to get the help they deserve.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
The Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights Live on a Victory Monday. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Skidmore Rax.
What up, though?
We got young Chris in the TV booth, JB Smooth, live from 5 to 7, Monday through Friday. I'm woodwardsports.com, woodwardsports.com. Hit the like button if you guys haven't already.
And this isn't water. It's Grey Goose, baby. Popo think it's water.
Yo, I can't believe you right now. I had like obviously we do our prep every day. You know what we're going to say, or things that we want to say, things we want to hit on. But I did not see this coming out of you. You're anti this.
What do you want me to say, man?
I didn't expect this. That's all I'm saying.
Expect the unexpected. Be prepared to be prepared, then you never have to get prepared. But you look at what the Lions are doing. Like I said, man, in 5 games, they've been playing this level of football. They're finally healthy. J-Mo only played 3 snaps, but Chark and Reynolds were back on offense. DeAndre Swift looked like the guy he was in the first 4 weeks of the season. That defense is getting healthy, and Romeo's coming back. It is impressive to see, and the discipline factor of it is the biggest part for me. The lack of penalties, the lack of turnovers, and an opportunistic defense are so important for teams in the NFL, especially down the stretch. Going up against most teams in the NFL right now are getting banged up. Most teams in the NFL right now are losing guys. They're losing people. The Lions are getting everybody back. The Lions are getting their team back. And these guys are hungry, and they play for Dan Campbell. And Jared Goff played a fantastic game.
That part, too. And we have a whole segment dedicated to Jared Goff.
We do.
Because I wanted to hold the opinions on it. Because he did play. He did play really well. Everybody played really well. It was insane. They won 40-14. 14. You look at that 14 right, and you're thinking, the Jacksonville Jaguars scored twice. They had 2 touchdowns. Nope. Only one. Only one. They went for a 2-point conversion, and they got it. But only 1 touchdown today, 2 field goals. And this is the thing, too. I get the Jacksonville Jaguars were 4-7. 100% true. But you heard the numbers last week on Friday if you listen to the show.
By the numbers.
By the numbers. Trevor Lawrence had the #1 completion percentage in the league throughout the entire month of November. Last week, I'm not talking about last week as in yesterday, but prior to facing the Lions, when they were facing the Ravens, in the 4th quarter alone, he had 174 yards in the game-winning touchdown and 2-point conversion. Trevor Lawrence has been almost coming to. Up until my man James Houston got a hold of that.
bit that kneecap for real.
Okay, you said it. You said I was trying to look at a classy way. Yeah, exactly. He's okay, so we can make the jokes, right?
Yeah.
Like then the end of that first half, you should have took a knee. Instead, James Houston took it. This is my question to you. Because the context given that I just said in the first segment, and if you guys missed it, again, this is a team that's getting healthy, a team that's now averaging, after yesterday, 1.8 turnovers a game. This is a team that's only allowing 19 points per game in terms of like the last 5. And they just blew out another NFL team. That doesn't happen often, Spinny. Is this now, like, given the context, is this a good football team? Because you don't see that.
Yeah.
You really don't.
Yeah, it's a good football team. They're playing like a good football team. These past 5 games, like I said, they're doing things that good football teams do. They are protecting the rock. They are taking the ball away from their opponents, and they're not committing penalties. Those are like 3 gold standards of good football teams, and that's what Dan Campbell, the man Campbell. Everybody thought he was a joke. Everybody thought he's the kneecap guy. He's the double shot, the race car helmet guy. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. This guy can't coach. Out of here. Give Dan his respect.
Yeah.
I'll admit, I said it the closest I was. I said I'm on the edge of the plank. I said I'm not jumping off yet.
Your ass too big to be up, anywhere near the edge of that plank.
That plank might snap real quick. But I said it looked bad for a little bit. It did. We're going down that dark tunnel. And then the big old Dan Campbell train was the light at the end of the tunnel. He ran my ass over because he's got these guys playing. That was never a question. Is the team going to play for him? That was never a question. Dan Campbell has the team playing for him. And now they are executing like a good football team does. Winning in situations where a good football team wins. And making plays to decide games that good football teams make. It is impressive to watch.
It's damn impressive to watch. It's been, like I said, it's almost like too good to be true. I asked you this in the group chat, and Chris, I don't know if you want to speak on this, but I was like, I feel like only good teams blow out other teams.
Yeah.
And whether that team could be considered like good or bad, the teams are blowing out. It still rarely happens in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a spread like 2 weeks ago of the Texans versus the Dolphins, and it was like 20-something. And I was like, you know what, let me take the money on that, because majority of the time this year, especially, they've been like one-score games for a lot of teams. As a matter of fact, the Detroit Lions had 5 one-score all their losses. I'm sorry at this point. If I'm actually, besides for the situation with the Patriots, but 5 of them have been one-score games. The same situation with the Jaguars. Like, that's just how the league goes, right? It's why I enjoy the NFL over college football, because college football you can see blowout after blowout after blowout. Okay, one big game, more blowouts. Like, I mean, Michigan schedule, if you will. But NFL, you don't usually have that. We beat these guys by 20+ points.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like that's a characteristic of a good team. Only good teams do that. And if you could say, you actually asked a question in the back. I don't know if you're trying to put like water on the hype of it or not, but you said the Patriots are a good team because they blew us out.
They did.
29-0. I mean, they are on the bubble, 6-6.
Mm-hmm.
They did have a couple like QB struggles. I mean, they did win a lot of those games, but obviously they're thugging through it a little bit. Chris, what were you going to say though? I apologize.
Oh, I didn't really have anything too much to say, other than, to me, I just can't see, I can't determine yet if this team is good. I want to lean that it is good and that they are doing what good teams do, because at the end of the day, this Jaguars game was an essential win. Coming off that Buffalo, you had the talk of the playoffs, that P word started to get thrown around, and against the Jaguars, you had to get it done if you wanted to keep that word uttered, and they did. So I'm leaning that they are actually a good team.
And then now you have a situation. I don't know if we touched on this one in the intro or not, but now the lines have since changed. But opening up matchup against the Vikings, Detroit Lions were now favored at home against the 10-2 10-3 Minnesota Vikings.
Yes.
The 5-7 Detroit Lions were favored. I'm gonna say it one more time.
There it is.
Come on, bro. The 10-2 Minnesota Vikings.
-1.5 point favorites in their own house against the 10-2 Minnesota Vikings, and it proves that the Lions and the Vikings are heading in different trajectories. The league circles, the pundits of the National Football League are looking at the Detroit Lions, and they're saying, damn, this team they're legit. Damn, this team can hang 30 on anybody. Damn, this team can go out there, they're going to play you hard, they're not going to turn the ball over, they're going to thump you, and they're going to be advantageous on defense. And then they're looking at the Minnesota Vikings. They're like, damn, this team's kind of a fraud.
Yeah.
Damn, they got T.J. Hawkinson. What bump? No, I'm just
chill.
They're like, damn, this team might not be as good as they're cracked up to be. and they're going into Detroit, which the atmosphere in Ford Field has been amazing in these home games. Shout out to the fans. Shout out to you guys for showing up, cheering your hearts out, doing everything you can to will your team into victory. And it's impressive stuff to watch. Like I said, it's not a small sample size anymore. It is not a 2-game stretch. It is not a game here and there. This is 5 games in a row against quality opponents that the Detroit Lions are playing like this.
Yeah.
So if it happens once, shame on you. It happens.
And fool me, don't get fooled again.
You can't don't fool again. There's a saying in Texas. I know it's in Tennessee. I know it's in parts of Texas. If the Lions beat you once, shame on you. But you can't get beat again. It's the Detroit Lions. They're gonna beat the Packers and the Bears again. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. They're gonna beat the Vikings this week. Guarantee it.
I got to be honest with you, Spinny. It's crazy because the shoe's typically on the other foot.
Yeah.
You're typically the guy that's like, we got to see a little bit. I'm still a little bit in that camp just because I'm conditioned to it. I've been a Detroit Lions fan my entire life.
Be free. I'm telling you, it feels good, man. It feels good to let the freedom ring. But it's like I said, it's not just baseless fandom Kool-Aid drinking. It is a 5-game stretch of extremely quality, disciplined football that I haven't seen in a very long time. Yeah. And they're getting healthy. And they just got 3 receivers back for this game, and you see what Jared Goff does. And they're going out there, they're finding that pass rush, they're finding that guy opposite of Aiden Hutchinson in James Houston, who hit the
Lord
for the sack.
Yes.
He hit the Mario jump for the sack. It was awesome.
That was, I can't even I've been watching football for a very, very long time. I'm sure I've seen that move. Please tell me if you have.
It's the hezzy. He hit the hezzy.
Dude, that's exactly what it looked like. It was like a 2K animation. He's crossing.
Shout out Chris Brown.
Chris Brown
a member of the Woodward Sports Chat.
Woodward Tigers.
Woodward Tigers, him and Rogelio doing great things. He clipped that video. He posted it on Twitter. I reposted it.
Yeah.
TJ Lang quoted it. And he said the way he bent around the edge.
Yes.
It's so hard as an offensive lineman to get your hands on somebody like that. As an offensive tackle to get your hands on somebody like that when they have that much bend coming around the edge. The dude is just like, some people got it, some people don't.
Yeah.
In all facets of life, no matter what it is, that it factor.
100%.
James Houston has that it factor when it comes to killing the quarterback.
I talk about all the time when I talk MMA, right? You have the guys that are like, good skilled fighters where they're going to beat you, from start to finish, whether it's on the ground, standing up, and then you have those guys that have the quick twitch muscles, like Francis Ngannou, who's not necessarily the most skilled, but it hits you with that God-gifted talent, and you're asleep. You can't. James Houston's that.
We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that in a lot of depth. We obviously got to talk about that kid. He is playing out of his mind, and it's like a handful of snaps in the NFL. And next up, we're going to talk about Jared Reginald Goff Esquire and the great performance. The great performance that he put out there against the Jags. But first, let me tell you about Lady Jane's. Because you can come into Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment on your dream home. Up to $200,000. All you have to do is walk into Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, no appointment necessary, because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff-A Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization, we serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Whether you're a player or a fan, helping you buy, sell, or invest is Michael Phillips' top priority. Being in the game for 23 years makes Mike the #1 option for anyone. If you have real estate needs, call Michael Phillips at 313-403-0011. That's 313-403-0011. Michael Phillips, game on.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live over sports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin More Rax.
What up, though?
You got young Chris to the T booth, JB Smooth with the ones and twos, and we're rocking along on a victory Monday. Hit the like button if you guys haven't already, and it's time to talk about Gerald Tomlinson, Eugene Reginald Esquire Goff the third. Dude balled yesterday.
He did.
There's no denying it. I don't care what team. I don't care that it was the Jacksonville Jaguars, which without Devin Lloyd, you could sprinkle that in there too. I don't care. By his standard, by Jared Goff standards especially, dude balled yesterday. 340 yards. What, 31 of 41?
31 of 41, 75.6%.
And the most important part for me, no interceptions.
No turnovers.
No turnovers.
Was only sacked twice. Great job by the offensive line keeping him upright. But it wasn't. Here is his spray chart from Next Gen Stats. He was 31 of 41. You see, he made that deep throw down the sideline to DJ Chark.
That deep. Did the route change or the throw change?
I don't think the route changed. I think the throw changed.
Get this off. Did the route change or did the throw change on that one?
I think the route changed. The throw changed.
Yeah.
Well, he could have went back shoulder. You know.
Yeah. For some reason, he didn't go back shoulder there.
No, it was impressive. It was an impressive game by Jared Goff. He went out there and balled, flat out. That's all you can say. I'm notoriously the Jared Goff hater, but there's nothing to say here. The guy went out there. He put on a great performance. He had his team healthy. He led the offense to every scoring drive. They didn't punt once. They scored on every drive except for when they were taking knees to end the game.
It's wild.
So it was very impressive, a very impressive outing by Jared Goff, and he deserves his praise. Does that change my opinion on him being the quarterback of the future? No. But, like I've said, like we both said, you can win games with Jared Goff. You can win a playoff game with Jared Goff.
We've never said that wasn't. Yeah, neither of us have never said that was the case.
But you're just not going to win a Super Bowl. But
that's the reality of the situation.
It was an impressive outing. He went out there. He was dotting it around the field. He showed some very good pocket awareness too. There was a couple plays where he spun out a couple sacks. There's a couple plays where he kept the play alive. I was very happy with what I saw out of Jared Goff on Sunday.
You know, it's funny because, like, again, you could bring up the topic of the fact that it was Jacksonville Jaguars, and they're out Devin Lloyd. Couple things. Again, the context of these situations matter, right? Josh Reynolds was back. DJ Chark was back, and like in a healthy way back too. Had they extra rest along with like getting the extra reps as well. Amon-Ra St. Brown finally healthy as well. The offensive line. A lot of people forgot. You know, I still don't even know how to say this guy's last name, but we had that one random guard in there yesterday too. Yeah, he played well. When you have an offensive line that good though, you can just like sprinkle like a
you can
rando.
You can take me in there and put me at guard.
Dead ass though. Yeah, you know. But I wanted to like look at this as the big picture, right? Because yesterday Goff played well, and he's been again Goff standards. I know there's some people out there that think he's top 5. That's not the scenario. We all know that as the truth. Like there's beyond insane to think that's the case. But by Goff standards, he has really actually played well throughout this 5-game stretch. Throughout the 5 games, he's passed 66% completion percentage. He's had 1,118 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the most important part for me, because this has been my biggest beef with this guy. Getting back to last year's, one of the reasons he got traded, only one interception.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean that he threw some that were dropped, because that definitely happened. We saw it
That
firsthand
one
in
where
the
he's
Buffalo
like- where
Bills
he's
game.
like-
Hit a little spin. Yeah.
Just threw it right to the guy.
Yeah. And it was dropped. But he's looked comfortable back there. By the way, yesterday he had all day to pass. There was one play I swear I saw him progress, because that's one of the nods, or one of the things we have on him too. One of the knocks we have is like, he doesn't go through all his reads. He had all day yesterday, and
he was
he
sitting
took
back
his
there.
time. Yeah,
sitting back there in the pocket like.
Texting Kristen like, "Hey babe, send me a pic."
Oh, Amon-Ra's open again. There you go. It was impressive, man.
They
Staying
all
on his
played
feet.
really well.
Amon-Ra was getting open everywhere at all times on the field. Amon-Ra, top 10. Don't forget it. Guy's one of the top 10 NFL receivers flat out. Not slot receiver, not first 2-year receiver, not receiver taken after the 4th round. He is one of the top 10 receivers in the NFL today, right now. The man's a baller. He gets open. He doesn't drop the ball. He goes like... There was one play, he caught the ball behind, I think he was 2 or 3 yards behind the sticks. And there was 3 Jaguars in front of him. And he just jumped into all of them to get the first down.
I remember that, yeah.
He got absolutely lit up.
I missed that.
Coming across the middle, makes the big catch. Bah! Put on his ass. If you play football, you've been there before. Comes off.
The air knocked out you.
Out on the field 2 plays later. The guy is a baller, man. Amon-Ra St. Brown is someone I'll have to ask Braylon, but I know it's true. Any player, any football player wants to go into battle with a guy like Amon-Ra St. Brown.
100%. I mean, you look at the running backs too. Like, he's the best in terms of Detroit Lions, and I probably exclude Calvin out of the situation, obviously, but the best blocking wide receiver I think I've ever seen in Detroit Lions uniform my entire life.
Yeah.
But back to Jared Goff, because someone brought it up. It's a good point in the Woodward Sports chat. Sandra Dorton says Goff will be okay for this season. Next season is a remaining question. And that's what I want to ask you, because yes, yesterday balled out, hands down, guaranteed. But given, the 5-game stretch where the Detroit Lions clearly look like a totally different team, and part of it's the defense as well, but given Goff's numbers, again, that 66% completion, 1,118 yards, 7 touchdowns, only 1 interception.
Yeah, I said it on BDE 2 weeks ago. I was like, yeah, Goff's going to be the guy for the rest of the year. He's probably going to be the guy for next year.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad about that, because his team don't have another avenue right now.
Do you
Bryce Young falls into your lap.
I was just going to ask you.
Unless Bryce Young falls into your lap, unless somebody is like, all right, yeah, I'm good. Like Josh Allen's like, I don't like Buffalo anymore. I'd be like, okay, yeah, go do that.
It's cold.
But he's like, I'm not really feeling the wings, the tables. It's a little much. But no, it's Jared Goff is probably going to be your starter for next year, as much as I don't want to see it happen. You don't have that piece yet. And even if you do draft a young quarterback, not in the first round, because I've said this multiple times too, I want to go defense. Unless Jalen Carter goes number 1 overall and Bryce Young is there for your pick, you should go defense.
That's where I'm at, is Bryce Young.
Yeah, it's Bryce Young.
That is the one, yeah.
Bryce Young or nobody with it.
And that's been the entire scenario. And honestly, God, I still would be cool, okay, Jalen Carter's there for pick 2 or 3, whoever we end up, because the Rams aren't looking that well, looking that good. But yeah, I think you want to go the best player available with the first pick, regardless of offense or defense. I think it's Jalen Carter or it would be Will Anderson.
I'm sorry. I'm
fucking talking.
I'm sorry. I got to interject. It came across. This is why you guys piss me off, and that is the Jared Goff stands. Silent in the Woodward Sports chat. Good luck finding someone better.
There's so many people better.
You mean like the Rams did, and then won a Super Bowl literally the next season? This guy he's good. He's a good quarterback. He's a starter in the league. I'll give him that. But he's not the guy. He's not the franchise guy. And just accept that. Once you accept that, we won't have any beef. That's all it is.
That's literally it.
Yeah.
There's a new human being on the screen that I've never seen before. That caught me by surprise.
He's been on the screen for 3 weeks.
So wait, hold up. Are we still off of the whole Lamar Jackson coming to Detroit thing even after
his
Twitter?
He liked the tweet. Yeah.
He liked and retweeted actually to his page. So
he's not. He wants to become a Detroit Lion. He knows that we're thirsty for it. I got to be 100% honest with you. Got to be 100% honest with the Detroit Lions fans. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's a proper way of building this football team. Not only would you have to give up assets to get Lamar Jackson. I've said this time and time and over again. I don't know why. I don't know if this is not getting out or if you guys just the hype over consumes like the facts of the matter, he's going to be put on the franchise tag. In order to get Lamar Jackson off of from the Ravens with that franchise tag, you have to give them 2 first-rounders.
Yeah.
The 2 first-rounders that we love talking about right now that could possibly be well, I guess one would have to be our pick, and the other one would probably be our pick too. So we still keep the early one maybe. But no, I'm not. Like, I love Lamar. Lamar's great. Lamar runs and he gets hurt. It's the same point I brought up a couple weeks back when this came up. Lamar runs, he gets hurt. He just got hurt yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You see Snoop or Huntley in the game doing really well. I'm pretty sure his nickname's Snoop.
You're just making up names.
Snoop Huntley. I'm pretty sure that's his nickname. But nonetheless, you got to give up draft assets to get there. And then from that point, you're paying him $50+ million, guys.
Okay, and
that is not a thing. I've been over the fact of the matter. There's never been a single quarterback outside of Tom Brady one time to win a Super Bowl taking more than 12% of the salary cap. Lamar's good, but it's not worth that, guys.
He's not worth that.
I promise.
He's not worth the $30 million. No, and I got to come at 2 more of you idiots, you Goff truthers, or whatever you want to call yourselves, in the Woodward Sports chat before I'm done. Sean Hecht. If Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl, so can Goff. Draft all defense, no QB. I got to have it in the draft, in my opinion. Okay, no QB you got to have in the draft, that's fine, but I believe in Brad Holmes, and whatever he does, I'll agree with. But if Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl 20 years ago, the league is different. I'm sorry, get over it. And then next, where's the other one? Nicholas Bowman. Spencer, the Rams could have won a Super Bowl with Goff, and now they won't win for years because they gave up so much to win that 1 ring. First of all, they couldn't. They tried, and they didn't. They were in the Super Bowl with Goff and didn't win. He didn't throw a touchdown pass the entire playoffs. They went to that Super Bowl. And secondly, the Lions could go 0 for 16 for 5 years if they cash in a Super Bowl. You win 1 Super Bowl. That's what you do it for. You go for that Super Bowl. Yeah, is it nice to be a dynasty, to be the Patriots? Yeah, but that doesn't happen every day. They cashed it in. They won a Super Bowl. That's what it's about. Like, come on. You're telling me if the Lions win a Super Bowl, you'd be mad if they're in the Rams situation right now? No. Shut up. Stop it.
Oh, by the way, Trent Dilfer, rookie deal. I'm telling you that the rookie deal means so. It's a team game, and like to the people that call me a hater when I bring up the Goff situation, we're paying him $30 million. I'm not the biggest fan of it. You just heard me speak about a quarterback that a lot of people hold in a higher regard than Jared Goff and Lamar Jackson, and I gave you the same exact scenario. I do not want to pay a quarterback 12% of my salary cap, just because factually, historically, throughout the entire history of the NFL, you're not going to win a Super Bowl that way. You may see some entertaining games. My goal as a Detroit Lions fan, at least, and if I'm a Detroit Lions GM, is to win a Super Bowl. That's. I mean, we continue the conversation too. I'm sure JB or Chris may have something to say too, but not before I tell you guys. Say it. We got 2 more minutes.
Alan Cole, absolutely. I think it's a waste. You think it's a waste if they win a Super Bowl? Like, what are you guys talking about right now?
This is why. What's the name? What's the name, real quick?
Alan Cole.
Alan Cole.
In the Woodward Sports chat.
I want you to ask yourself, or actually, I'm asking you, and I want you to answer back in the Woodward Sports chat. What would you be willing to give up for a Super Bowl?
My left testicle.
Alan, what would you be willing to give up for the Detroit Lions to win a Super Bowl? I'm sure it's you're going to answer it and you're going to think back yourself, or you can be stubborn and say nothing. Nah. But you know damn
Actually,
well.
my right testicle. I favor my left.
You have a favorite testicle?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Chris, do you have a favorite testicle?
No.
Just to jar in my room.
No, it's a 2-way tie.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't know how to segue this one, but Moneyball Sportswear.
Speaking of Moneyball,
check out Moneyball Sportswear. It's a one-stop shop. Whether you're looking for the latest looking athletic apparel or you need uniforms for your team, Moneyball has it all. Stop in the Moneyball Sports showroom in Southfield and experience the only way to ball, or visit them at moneyballsportswear.com. Moneyball. It's the only way to ball.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
The official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network is The Butchery. Call 248-682-2697. Yes, that's 248-682-COWS. Or move on over and order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The Butchery, meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for, Wagyu meats, and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new-school perspective. And again, shout out to Chef Dave for the birth of his second son,
Bruno.
You're the man, Chef Dave. Happy for you and the family. And you guys obviously know his meat works, so go buy some at thebutcherysl.com.
Meat works so well, he opened up a meat shop. So. What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on Woodwardsports.com. I'm your boy, Eazy, joined by my man, Spinmo Rex, the big gay lion. I mean, gay as in happy. If you guys haven't already, please make sure you hit that like button. I got my man, Young Chris, in the TD booth. JB Smooth, the 1 to 2s. I want to carry on the golf conversation a little bit.
Put him on. I'm the king of the jungle.
I want to carry on the golf conversation just a little bit because there is obviously it's a conversation to be had now, and people are looking at this game yesterday and they're saying this is the guy of the future. This is the guy of the future. Has he ever had a game like that before in the Detroit Lions uniform?
I'd have to go back and look.
Pretty sure the answer is no. Not without at least throwing an interception in there. You know what I'm saying?
That was
like,
by far one of his best games.
that was his best game as Detroit.
But he had some good games in the Commanders. It
was a stat line.
256, 4 touchdowns.
And one of those touchdowns is like, that's the other part too. That's the weird thing about like evaluating quarterbacks. Like, again, this is why I'm a big context guy. Like I said in the beginning of the show, I like to look at like, okay, like what's going on and like why is it going on? The same situation where people were like, we're gonna get to the defend the Glenn, but the people who were trying to like compare the Jets and Giants situation to the Detroit Lions, and you know they want to fire Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn. They just want to throw them in the dumpster. But like you give them the context of the situation. The different scenarios, right? The Giants, Jets have former Pro Bowlers on their team. The Giants, Jets hit the free agency market and got some big names, former Pro Bowlers as well. The Detroit Lions did it. The Detroit Lions only had 2 guys from last year's defense, which is a different scheme, by the way, starting on this year's defense, along with second year and first year rookies. Like it's not the same situation at all. Like the context matters. The context of that game, like you just said, Jared Goff 4 touchdowns. The Commanders game, the Commies game, the Durs, if you will. Do you remember the sick ass touchdown that DeAndre Swift had? Like that wasn't like Goff gave him the ball on a short route and DeAndre Swift made something happen.
Yeah.
Like you have to like look at the context of those situations when you're like evaluating these quarterbacks. That's why I've always been on like this side of like Goff being mid to good.
Yeah,
at best. And I'm sorry for you guys to hear it. And again, I just told you the same scenario with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's a former like MVP of this league, but I am not paying him. Patrick Mahomes is the only guy like wanting a contract like that, to be honest with you, and possibly Josh Allen too. But it doesn't work out for your teams. Again, historically, guys. And you look at the time that Goff did go to the Super Bowl. It was on a rookie deal. Look at how Baker Mayfield just got waived by the Carolina Panthers today. Baker Mayfield has a playoff win. You want to know why? Because Baker Mayfield was once upon a time on a rookie deal, and that Browns team was stacked. And that's why I'm saying, like, Bryce Young's the one where I take it with the first Detroit Lions pick. Other than that, I'm probably going like a Will Levis or Hendon Hooker like later on in the draft. And the reality is, too, even if it's a Bryce Young, he's more than likely sitting on the bench beginning next year unless, and this is where I want to take the conversation, Spinny. Chris, and JB, too, you guys as well, and everybody in the Woodward Sports chat, please feel free to tap in. Panthers need a quarterback. 49ers, I mean, this is not going to happen. Obviously, Trey Lance going to get healthy, but the Jets may be in the market for a quarterback. I proposed this a few weeks back, and you guys told me I was crazy. I mean, I got you on board a little bit, but I've always wanted Jared Goff to perform well for him then to become a trade asset.
Yeah.
And then to get more stuff back for him. Because here's the thing, too, like, Jared, a lot of this, in my opinion, is more so Ben Johnson than it is Jared Goff. We saw Jared Goff without Ben Johnson. He wasn't doing shit. You guys watched him last year, and then you watched him once Ben Johnson got involved, and he looked like a different guy. Jared Goff's skill set. Ben Johnson said this himself in last week's press conference, that Jared Goff can make most of the NFL throws that we give him. So that specifically, yes, he can make most of the throws that we give him because he can't make every throw.
Yeah.
You give Ben Johnson a guy who can make most of the throws, like any type of rookie, you hope can. Ben Johnson will make it work. I think you flip Goff to trade asset. Now, I know that's not what people want to hear on a day after blowing out the Jacksonville Jaguars at home. But just, I'm trying the big picture.
Yes.
The big picture.
No, yeah, it is what it is. Like we said, Goff played a fantastic game. Probably his best game in a Detroit Lions uniform. He went out there and balled out. That's facts, cut, dry, period. That's what it is.
Period, poo.
He went out there and he led this team to victory. It was one of the best games I've seen him play in a long time.
Yeah.
But still, it is what it is. He's not the future.
I hate that it has to come out that way because
I know. I don't want to crap on the parade. Yeah. I don't want to crap on him playing well because he did. But it's stuff like that gets me going.
K Mersh SF in the chat, Woodward Sports chat, says Campbell was the OC easy. That's actually if Campbell called the plays. You know who drew him up? It was Ben Johnson.
It's Ben Johnson.
It's Ben Johnson.
This is a scheme.
Yes. If you look back at it, what he did was he looked at what worked. And same thing he did with Jared Goff in the offseason. He looked at what worked with him when he ran the 13th best NFL offense in history. And they went back to the roots of some of that stuff, which is a lot of play action. Obviously, the Rams are a good defense, too. They turned the ball over quite a bit. But it's...
And Marcus Robinson says no QB is perfect, which is true.
That's very true.
We're not looking for perfection. We're not asking for perfection. Come on. All right, I'm done with that.
Yeah. I'm not asking for perfection. My whole point is the salary of it.
Yeah. If he was getting paid like what Jimmy Garoppolo was
Jimmy took a pay cut.
Which is a very comparable quarterback to Jared Goff is Jimmy Garoppolo. They're
100%.
very similar in their skill sets. I'd be fine with it if he was making 20 or even 20 or under. If he's making that a year, I'm cool. I'm all right.
100%. MMS 1346 in Woodward Sports chat says haters gave McVay all the credit and now Ben Johnson. Anyone but Goff, SMH. What did McVay do after Goff?
He won a Super Bowl.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
That's wild. Remember when
I also asked him 5 times if he thinks he's top 10. He didn't reply.
Well, do you remember that time too where Michael Brockers, the trade happened right away. Michael Brockers at LA Ram at this point.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Damn, we finally got a quarterback. Then we finally got a guy who can throw the ball."
Then
he gets traded. The line's like, "I'm sorry, I apologize."
Yeah.
Aaron Donald said the same thing too. Like, here's another thing too for you, MMS 1346.
Change your YouTube name.
Yeah. Come on, dude. What are we doing? Are you in a gang? What's happening right now?
Elon Musk's son.
I feel like I'm tweaking out trying to read the name.
That's like an AIM.
But one thing I wanted to say before
the Rams traded him away because they didn't want to win every single Super Bowl. Jared Goff's too good. Let's get rid of this guy.
I like I said, I don't want to do this on a Victory Monday.
Yeah,
I don't want to jump back to reality and tell people how they really should feel. But Jared Goff had a fantastic game. Period. He went out there, he balled, he led the team to not punting once and scoring on every drive except for the kneel downs at the end.
Yeah.
Props to Jared Goff. He played a very good game.
Can I do one more thing?
A great game.
I just want to ask this to the Jared Goff people. And I promise you guys, we'll stop picking on you and we'll talk about, Jameson Williams. It was exciting to talk about. DJ Chark. A lot of stuff to talk about from yesterday. But to the people who say, they only give McVay and Ben Johnson the credit. Last year when Anthony Lynn was the offensive coordinator, where was the Jared Goff you claim? Where's the top 5 quarterback there? What happened to him in that situation?
Jared Goff fans.
No way. No way to be found.
Yeah.
No mas. It didn't exist till you get good offensive coordinators.
One thing I want to talk about, though, we're moving on from that.
Yeah.
Because I do want to be happy. This is a happy day. Jared Goff played great. We're going to be happy. Lions won.
Hashtag Big Gay Lion.
Hashtag Big Gay Lion. But it's... how scared do you think every member of Dan Campbell's coaching staff is? That's not Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn, the assistant coaches and stuff, because they're like, oh shit, he fired Anthony Lynn, and then they started winning, and then this year, oh shit, he fired Aubrey Pleasant, and they started winning. This guy's coming for heads, and it always works. So I feel like Dan Campbell at the Lions start losing. He's just like, all right, which one of you motherfuckers is going down?
like Negan with the bat.
Yeah, he's walking by picking up. Oh yeah, offensive line's not looking too hot. Yeah, linebackers coach. Nobody miss you. Start winning some games. It happens every year. What? Yeah, you go. Honestly, Dan Campbell's the hitman.
But you know what? That's what you want it to be. You want these guys to be on their toes so they're performing to their best ability because they're scared for their life. They're scared shitless. I mean, that's what the NFL is. Like, if you don't perform, you're gone.
Yeah.
Jared Goff didn't perform in L.A. to the standard that Sean McVay wanted him to. Gone. Alex Smith, gone. Baker Mayfield, gone. It's the reality of the league, bro.
You gotta calm down.
Jamie Collins, gone.
You gotta be happy right now.
I'm just saying though, like, you may want your coaches to be on their toes, so they're giving you the best performances. They're giving you the all. You know, they're actually committed to like what the hell is going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how the NFL is. It's a competitive league. Like, these coaches barely hold jobs longer than 3 to 4 years.
Yeah,
it's an anomaly to have a job like 6 years plus.
Cracking skulls.
Really,
it's important, and it's good to see.
Even when you win, look at Jim Caldwell.
And like we said, moral of the story: Jared Goff played a fantastic game.
Yes,
period.
He did.
The man was balling out, and he led the Lions to victory. And I am happy for him personally. As much as you guys don't want me to be, I am. And that's what it is. But it doesn't change my feelings. But I do think they should go defense in this draft, unless Bryce Young is there.
Well, we're going to talk defense.
If you need some defense, all you got to do is go to Guardian Alarm. Because Guardian Alarm will keep you safe and give you peace of mind, whether you're at home or on the road, with their 24/7 local monitoring. They make sure the things that are important to you stay safe. All you have to do is call 1-800
Stay Out.
That's 1-800
Stay Out
right now, and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You can get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
All right, everybody. Seriously, this is what Ryan Armani used to look like. Ew. Nobody wants to look like that. That is just terrible. This is what Ryan Armani looks like now.
Pretty buff.
And it's all thanks to Custom Health Centers.
And black.
Yeah, he hit chili peppers too. So shout out to Custom Health Centers for helping our very own Ryan Armani lose over 20 pounds and counting. He's doing it. You guys can do it too. All you need to do is call them at 844-789-8446. That's 844-789-8446. Call Custom Health Centers today and let them help you get into better health.
What up, though? And welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Rex.
What up, though?
Got young Chris, the T Lou, JB Spoon with the 1s and 2s. Hit the like button if you guys haven't already. We're talking about the Detroit Lions victory. I'm not even calling it victory. A mudhole stomping, if you will, an ass whooping, if you will, for the Jacksonville Jaguars, 14-40 at home. And now it's time to talk about my guy.
I'll let you take the stage for this one.
There's a lot of pressure. You've been killing it. But
Appreciate that.
Aaron Glenn. Defend the Glenn has been the statement all year. In fact, I tried getting my girl to make me a shirt of that today, and she refused.
Yeah. Well, here's the apology form.
house.
I got the official apology form for everybody.
Yes. This is perfect. All right, because we need to know why you guys are acting foolishness, and you have every reason to check off here. Was it because Twitter had you get going? I know there's a lot of people on Twitter tweeting stupid stuff all the time. Did you fall for it? Did you only look at defense, DVOA? You forgot the context I was telling you about earlier, how young the team is, how many times this guy's even played the safety position in Kirby Joseph. Were you jealous of Aaron Glenn? Now, I could see that because he does look like the new improved Ryan Armani a little bit.
Does a little bit.
A former NFL player, probably makes millions of dollars. That's fair. That's how you feel, sure. I don't watch the actual games. Now I'm starting to think that's the biggest one, the most consistent one we're going to see checked on there.
Yeah, I think the next one is too.
Next one, I don't know football. That actually, you're right, Smitty.
Check all that apply.
I'm not one that admits being wrong too often. I was wrong there. That's probably the one that applies the most. I don't know football. And the other one is just 60 years of hurt, pretty much, essentially. The text too small for me to read.
But the bottom contract.
I will hereby respect Aaron Glenn, and I will not talk down on the greatest DC. Oh, my line. That last line, a little crazy.
That's a stretch.
A little bit of a stretch, but I know that you have the numbers on the past 5 games since the firing of Bobby Pleasant. It's like 19.8 points per game opponents are scoring.
19.8 points per game in the last 5, 375.4 total yards per game in the last 5. And if you compare it to our season stats, on the season lines, they're giving up 27 points per game and 402 total yards. So they're down 8 points and 25 yards per game in this 5-game stretch. That's pretty good.
Averaging now 1.8 turnovers per game since the firing of Aubrey Pleasant. And like you said too, like the firing, maybe it had to happen just to wake everybody up. It forced a players only meeting that had to do it, but it's working. And then again, guys, this is like not coaching anything differently. They're not doing anything different. The team was so damn young and not healthy too. Even some of the young guys that we got to address not being talented, like Josh Pascal, wasn't even capable of playing until the Cowboys game. Mm-hmm. Then he finally showed up and played very well without a camp, might I mention. Like, these guys are learning the game. I hate saying this every single week. I just don't know if people know. Because it blows my mind. It's kind of like a lot of the golf stuff. It's like, it's Kirby Joseph. This is the second year playing the safety position. Hit the like button if you haven't heard that already. I'm just happy it's a thing now. I clipped Dan Campbell saying, "Shit, boys, looks like we got a defense now." Yeah. And I've wanted to post that since the offseason when Hard Knocks was going on. I mean, I know you gave me the center stage for this one, Spinny, but I've been saying the same speech all year long.
Yeah, you have been. You have been defending the Glen. You have been raising a flag for house patience, and it's impressive because I was pretty ticked off. I think the night after the game, I was pretty intoxicated and I was mad. I think it was the Seahawks game.
Yes,
and I was screaming. And then we came in the next Monday, and you're like, "Were you serious?" I was like, "No, I'm not ready to fire him yet." I was just a little mad, but he's on the hot seat, and so far he has turned up. He has this defense moving. He has these guys ripping balls off, getting in passing lanes. Yeah, pause. Getting in passing lanes, picking off, passes. I was going to say picking off balls. Chill on balls for a little bit. Huh?
Hey, yo.
It's impressive to see what they're doing. Alex Anzalone's playing out of his mind. In this 5-game stretch, Alex Anzalone has been playing lights out. You see him just taking pieces and putting them in. Taking a 6th-round rookie linebacker, putting him in.
Yeah.
Dude's playing out of his mind. Taking a project rookie safety, putting him in. Did he struggle at first? Yes, but look at him now. The guy's balling. Taking a 6th-round rookie edge rusher, putting him in. What's he doing? He's going crazy. This guy, Aaron Glenn, on par with Dan Campbell, coaching these guys up, having them in the right situations, making sure they're disciplined, making sure they're going. Everyone was calling Jeff Okudah a bust. A bust for the first, 3 years of his career.
Yeah.
And one of my best friends, Mustache, number 1 Jeff Okudah hater, number 1 bullshit guy. No, he was a big Jeff Okudah hater, and I would always talk to him. I'm like, dude, we haven't even seen him for a full season yet. Really, he's been injured. He's in this Matt Patricia trash defense. Give him some time. Give him a full season, and then I'll make a judgment on him. And guess what? He's had a full season this year, and the dude is playing fantastic. He's playing like a first-round cornerback. Maybe not the number 3 overall pick in the draft, and that's why I understand. That's why a lot of Lions fans have resentment for him. But the guy is playing lights out. He is one of your most consistent players on defense, probably the best player on your defense.
He's your best cornerback for damn
In and out, best cornerback by far. In and out, week by week, every week. And it's not just his coverage skills. It's not just him being physical in the line of scrimmage with these receivers and using his big body and speed to catch up and break up passes. It's his tackling. It's his help in the run game. And that isn't something that you can teach. That isn't something that you're gifted with, is good tackling and helping in the run game. That is buying in. That is being coached up. That is having your coach tell these guys, we need hats on the ball. We need all of you rallying to the tackles, and that's what they're doing. They're playing great on defense. Like you said, they're only averaging, they're averaging under 20 points allowed per game in these past 5 games. They have, 1.8 turnovers a game. They're playing outstanding football, and it's impressive to watch, especially with the lack of talent that they have on there, because I don't think anybody's going to sit here and say, oh, that defense is littered with all-stars. Maybe in 3 years, these guys are all rookies or second-year players, and they're going out there and balling. Give me Jalen Carter. Give me Joey Porter Jr. Next year, it's upper half defense, maybe top 10. If you give me Jalen Carter and Joey Porter Jr. in that draft, sign Quan Alexander, look out. Look out. That's all I'm saying. Aaron Glenn is coaching these guys up. They're playing very well. It's impressive. I will wholly admit I was very upset, rightfully so, with Aaron Glenn in the defense for the first, 5 games of the season. But since the Aubrey Pleasant firing, they've turned around. They're playing great ball. C.J. Snyder signed Darren Payne. Wouldn't mind that either. Wouldn't mind that. You definitely need, whether it's Jalen Carter or Darren Payne, you need another big dude in that middle. We just lost Isaiah Buggs.
Yeah.
He was playing well. I mean, he's not a world beater, but he a big body, eating up space, was playing well in his limited time. He's gone. Benito Jones came in, made some decent plays. But yeah, you need a heavy down there.
Yes.
And hopefully it's Jalen Carter. That's all I'm saying. When I saw Jalen Carter pick up LSU's quarterback like his son at a park with one hand and point to the moon with his next, I was like, Jesus Christ, sign this man right now. The dude is a monster, man. He wrecked that game for Georgia, and he's been doing it all year. He's like Jordan Davis, but more athletic.
Yeah.
Like more effective.
Yes.
It's wild. Jalen Carter is the real deal.
It's crazy because that's the one, right? It's crazy. We were so on board with Will Anderson hype train, which I still am. I definitely would not mind having Will Anderson Jr. on this team at all. But the fact that we already have Aiden Hutchinson, and the fact that we've seen him develop throughout the entire season, he's now in the 2-point stance at times. He's making a valiant effort at applying other pass rush moves, because in the beginning it wasn't looking too hot. But that's why you have coaching, right? I mean, you had him have a conversation with Aaron Glenn, and you love that they're open to that conversation too, because they're former players themselves. So he's actually willing to open up his freaking ear hole and hey, listen to me! Yeah, and actually have the conversation hey, coach, I think I'm better out of the 2-point stance. I can see more of the things that's going on. And then he then puts him in it, and now we see Aiden Hutchinson start to include some of these other pass rush moves outside the bull rush. Malcolm Rodriguez. I mean, I feel like he was just dropped on earth to play football. I'm giving coaching credit for sure, but I knew that kid was going to ball no matter where he was going. Kirby Joseph, probably the most prime example outside of maybe Jeff Okudah, is this is only his second year playing the safety position, and it just so happens to be at the NFL level, and he just so happens to be one of the highest ranked defensive backs in turnovers in the entire league this year.
And that's what I said. When we broke down the film, we did. After the draft, we broke down all the film of the Lions players, and I was like, yeah, Kirby Joseph, watching him at Illinois, seeing him, seeing Michigan State play Illinois, watching this guy play in his career, he's a ball hawk. That's what he does. He gets for the ball. He makes turnovers. They even said it when they drafted him. They're like, this guy's going to be a project. So, obviously, I was like, I don't know if he's going to start. I don't know if he's going to play that much, but I think he can be a good – and dude got his opportunity. He's just been farting. Y'all ain't seen shit yet. The man's going out there and balling, dude. I love it. Aaron Glenn is coaching these guys up. Like you said, that was my biggest thing at the beginning of the year. I wasn't mad with – obviously, I'm mad that they're losing.
Because you knew they were young.
I knew they were young. I knew they were lacking of talent, so I wasn't mad with them losing, but I didn't see adjustments being made. I didn't see adjustments from the coaching staff or the players. and then it flipped.
Yeah.
And then they stand up Aiden, and then they move him around, and then they're putting different people in different places, letting them doing different things. And that's what you need. You need to adjust. You need to adjust on the fly. And they did. They have been, and they're seeing the results from it.
Yeah, and honestly, too, I think it's a little bit more than that as well, too, because you have the guys just getting to know each other. I remember a bunch of press conferences. Dan Campbell was like, look, we have to, like, guys don't trust each other, so try to like make up for more than like what they're designed to do on a certain play. These guys aren't only new to the league, but they're also new to each other, and they're gaining that trust around their teammates, and quite clearly it's showing.
And Jake, we got to go to break real quick, but before we do, I just want to acknowledge this. Jacob in the Woodward Sports chat says we can sign or get a good linebacker later in the draft. I agree. There's not a stud linebacker in the draft this year. You can get somebody later. But like I said, my wish list for the Detroit Lions defense is Jalen Carter, 1, and with their first pick, Joey Porter Jr. with their second pick, and sign Quan Alexander. And that'll be a top 15 defense next year. But if you guys are hungry, I mean, I'm getting hungry. I've been working out up here, moving around, doing crazy. If you guys are hungry, you can go to Big Boy. Because for a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries are at Big Boy. It's not the Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease, and guess what else is new? The bacon blue. Don't forget about upgrading those fries. They got chili cheese fries, they got nacho fries, and they got the banger of all bangers, the baked potato fries. So make sure you go satisfy your taste buds at Big Boy.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms with trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals, where they'll beat all competitors by $5. $5, y'all. And listen, while you're there, don't forget to pick up Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltan, and Swedish Beauty Lotions. ChiliPeppersTanning.com, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans, 27 locations, and more on the way.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Rex.
What up, though?
I'm Chris in the TD booth, JB Swoop the 1s, 2s, and we're walking along on a Victory Monday. If the like button, if you guys haven't already. James Houston, just jumping right into it.
Yeah.
We were talking about this defense. I saw somebody in the Woodward Sports chat. I apologize that I missed the name, but they were talking about how this defense only has 2 guys that were on it last year. On top of this being a new scheme as well. But there's a couple new faces. Josh Pascal being one that's been contributing to a couple of games. Aiden Hutchinson being one that's contributed to a couple of games. But there's one that's contributed greatly, and only 17 total snaps played, tying the Detroit Lions rookie record in 3 sacks in 2 games. He's actually he's ranked 2nd in the league for the 2022 class in sacks.
Yeah.
After only playing 17 snaps.
Yeah. The problem.
James Houston.
That's a cool nickname, by the way. If your name's The Problem, like, it makes me think of The Answer, like Allen Iverson.
Yeah. Yes.
The problem, That's a cold nickname.
Because
Because the guy is a problem. That's what he does. He is the problem, and he causes problems for opposing offenses and quarterbacks. How many snaps did you say? 12 or 15 snaps?
He played 12 yesterday and then 5 the week
So
prior.
in a combined 17 snaps in his NFL career, the dude's second. 4 rookies in sacks on the season with trade on things.
Who's the only guy he's behind?
Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh, yeah, he has 6.
Yeah, he's got 6.
Damn, Brad Holmes sure know how to pick him.
He knows how to pick him. All I'm saying is Brad Holmes got 8, 9 starters out of 2 drafts. Like, I know the team was void of talent, but that doesn't happen. And you, put up the stats of the rookies real fast, Chris. James Houston is playing in limited time, lights out. And like I said, he has that knack. He's got that it factor of being an elite pass rusher. And look at rookie watch for the Detroit Lions. Rodrigo, 3rd in total tackles for rookies. Corey Joseph, 4th in total tackles for rookies. Hutchinson 1st in sacks. Houston 2nd in sacks. Kirby 2nd in ints. Hutch 3rd in ints.
That's crazy.
Kirby 3rd in forced fumbles. Rodrigo 3rd in forced fumbles. These guys are rookies. They're showing up and they're being playmakers. They are making game-changing plays on a week-to-week basis now. Brad Holmes, can you do my taxes, or is there anything else that you're this good at, other than drafting talent in the NFL? Because this is so impressive to have this many rookies hit this quickly. In that it doesn't happen. You don't see 2 6th-round draft picks work out like this. You just don't. And the Detroit Lions have that. Like I said, we're talking about James Houston, though, and I talked about the Mario jump and then the lean, the bend on his sack. Some people have it, some people don't. Some people are gifted by the gods athletically and physically, which obviously everybody in the NFL is. But some people have that it factor, even to stand out amongst giants, to stand out amongst the best athletes in the world, and to be that guy that can go around. Because offensive linemen, offensive tackles, especially these days, those dudes are freak athletes too. Those dudes are 330 pounds, running 4.8s, jumping 30 inches in the air. And to be an edge rusher this early in your career and just seem to have that knack of just being able to get to the quarterback is so impressive. It's something you can't teach. You either have it or you don't, and the guy has it. It's impressive to watch.
One other thing, too, that you mentioned is, the guys contributing to this team. And I saw some people on Twitter, they're speaking on all the rookies that we have. And go ahead, you put the graphic back up if you want, Sus. Or Chris, I apologize. I'm so sorry, dude. But you look at these numbers, and you're like, okay, well, they kind of have to start. This team's been void of talent. Nah. These guys are actually, this point of the season,
they're starting, and then there's performing.
Yeah, they're not just there because of void of talent. They're now contributing to wins. You know what I'm saying? These aren't they're contributing to winning games now in the past 5-game stretch, and against good teams in convincing fashion. I mean, I'm talking on the road against an above 500 team, the New York Giants, making them turn the ball over uncharacteristically out of Dan Jones, forcing them to throw the ball versus the league's top 5 running back in the league, and my guy fucking Saquon Barkley. Apologize for that, but the cough is throwing me off. Thanks,
Sorry,
Chris.
My bad. I was trying to get him to mute my mic.
You're good. That's the difference, right? They're not just starting because of void talent, and maybe that was the case, and you could make that argument at a certain point in the season. But now this team's sitting at 5-7 after being 4-1, after going toe-to-toe with the Super Bowl contending Buffalo Bills. No, they're contributing to winning. They're contributing to winning football. You brought the point of them being disciplined. The 8th least penalized team in the league. And since what are they now? You had another stat about that.
Well, in the past 5 games, they're the least penalized, or the past 4 games, they're the least penalized team.
Damn.
Yeah.
And with that, you kind of have to get a nod to the coaching.
Yes, for sure.
But damn, do we also have something in James Houston? And even Aiden was talking about it yesterday at the presser too. It wasn't a presser, but when they're in the locker room talking to him, and he was he kind of seemed semi-jealous of the situation.
Yeah.
He's like, damn, yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. He's catching up to me.
Yeah.
And 17 snaps!
17 snaps,
and mind
man.
you, some of those snaps are special team snaps.
Yeah.
Not even all of them are defensive snaps.
Yeah, and most of them are pass rushes, because that's what
he's there for.
This dude's your dog. This dude's you put him in there on third down and you let him loose. And
it's crazy.
It's good to have it.
We had the breakdown of the entire draft class. We have to do this again. I hope Scott's down for this. But like, because I'm logged into the Woodward Heavyweights YouTube now, and we get comments like, "Damn, you guys are spot on," and like, I'm low-key like, damn, we kind of were spot on, because like we said, James Houston, like we don't know what he's going to be, but if he come in, he's going to be a pass rush specialist. And then shout out to our guys too, Scott Bischoff as well, because like that's what he was. And people are asking like, why is he seeing more snaps? Well, obviously, he's 6 foot. I think he's like, what, 2? I don't know how much he weighs, but I know that he's smaller than like your prototypical edge rusher. I know that if you guys remember back to like the combine and stuff like that, there was a big
6'1",
discussion.
225.
Okay, there's a big discussion over like Aiden Hutchinson's like arm length and stuff like that. James Houston's not the biggest guy, but he's damn explosive. He had some pretty great measurables. Not the greatest like 10-yard split, but again, that stuff doesn't always matter.
Yeah, he's not going to be a guy you put out there, 3 downs. He's not going to be a guy that is in the run game. He is a guy that, like the pit bull on the chain, just waiting to go, pulling him back, waiting to go, and then on third down, you let go of that chain, and he gets after the quarterback. It's literally what it is. The dude is just waiting to attack throughout the whole game, and when he gets his opportunity, he is salivating because he knows he can beat these big dudes. He knows he can beat these big fat linemen, these big uglies, because he's quick. The way he contorts his body, like I said, TJ Lang quoted that, and he was like, yeah, the way he bends, it's really hard for you as an offensive lineman to get your hands on that to try to stop him. And he gets right around guys. It's awesome. It's awesome to see. Like I said, man, Brad Holmes, good Lord, man. I want to go to a party with Brad Holmes and Steve Eiserman and sit him down and just be like, all right.
I want to see him play chess.
Yeah, like, what do you guys do? How do you just do this? Like, how do you just know, like, yeah, he's going to be a baller. We're taking him.
Yeah.
And it always works, like, every time.
Yeah.
Never lost.
That is like, it is crazy.
It doesn't happen. This does not happen in the NFL, where you, in your first 2 drafts, as the GM of an organization, pull out, 8 to 9 starters. You have 2 6th-rounders working out and being big factors. 6th-round draft picks are practice squad, at best, special teamers, and you've got 2 6th-round draft picks that are playing big roles for your defense their rookie season.
And that's another point, too. I mean, we already talked about it in the beginning of the segment, but I just saw David Webster in the Woodward Sports chat. He said he did a skip to Malu on the sack he had. Dude high-stepped and bended around the tackle 100%.
He hit the hezzy on
and
him.
He's a rookie!
He went for the switch-up, said, and it was nuts, dude.
Like frozen air. Like,
impressive. It takes the body control and the athleticism it takes to do something like that in a live-action rep in a game. It's crazy.
And mind you, too, like, he didn't even make the initial squat. But after the performance he had against the Bills, they're like, all right, yeah, we actually got to lock this guy in because somebody's going to take him and he's going to effing us up.
Yeah.
And they did so. I saw someone else comment in the Woodward Sports chat. What do you think of Josh Pascal? I love Josh Pascal.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Big Josh Pascal. Him and Kaminsky.
Yes.
They are both.
Oh, my. Yeah,
they're like
Kaminsky some love, too.
The Swiss Army knives of that defensive line. You got 2 of them. These are guys that can do so much that you put them in there, no matter where you put them at, they're going to be disruptors. And, like, Kaminsky and Houston are, like, the opposite. Like, Kaminsky's a giant dude. He's, like 6'5" or something like that. Yeah. Big dude. And he goes out there, he gets his arms in the passing lanes, he creates havoc, uses his physicality to overpower and dominate people to get in the backfield. And Houston uses his quickness, his explosiveness to get around and make plays. Kaminsky and Pascal are vital for the success of the Detroit Lions pass rush because they can do so much different things.
Yeah.
Those are guys that you could put out there for 3 snaps and for 4 snaps in a row for as long as you need them because they can do so many different things in so many different situations.
They play well against the run, too.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They can rush the passer. They can play the run. They can bump out, like play some, zone.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of different things to provide results.
I found myself arguing with somebody on Twitter, and it's actually a guy that he's been following me for a minute, and I can't think. I think his name's TJ actually. And I'm like, anybody that supports me, I love you guys because I'm not Mike Tirico. I'm not these guys to go to broadcasting school or have like an NFL career. It's like to be here, I'm truly blessed. Like when you guys support me, like I rock with you. But TJ was kind of like he's trying to like talk bad on Josh Pascal, and I'm like, you don't know a ball.
Yeah.
You don't know ball. You never played ball because of the defensive tackle or the defensive edge. Like sometimes you just got to set the edge. Sometimes you got to fill the gap.
Yeah, you're not always
going to be in the
stats.
box score.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you have an impact on the game. I mean, I said this again last week too, but in the Buffalo Bills game, Aiden Hutchinson didn't have a single statistic in the box score. But he impacted that on the James Houston sack. Another example is the Chicago game where he had the impact on the Jeff Okudah interception.
He forced him to throw a pick six.
They call those guys the big uglies because they're unappreciated. Josh Pascal's having a pretty damn good season, and without a camp too, by the way.
Josh Pascal's having a good season from when he's played, and Frank Kaminsky or
John
Kaminsky. Who's Frank?
With the club
Frank Kaminsky's the hooper from Wisconsin.
I thought he was going to be good. I actually thought he was going to be super.
Yeah, he was all right. I think he's still in the league.
I thought he was going to stretch the floor.
But John Kaminsky, he can do so much. Him and Pascal can both do so much. I love seeing those guys out there. But if you want to get big like John Kaminsky, order your meat from the butchery. Got to get that protein because the official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network is the butchery. All you got to do is call 248-682-2697. Yes, that's 248-682-COWS, or move on over and order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The butchery, meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for. Wagyu meats and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new-school perspective. And again, shout out to Chef Dave for having his second son. Congratulations to you and the family. Hope all are healthy. Hope everything is going well. And like I said, guys, obviously he knows what he's doing with his meat. So go buy some of it at thebutcherysl.com.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
It's time to talk about Swiss. Not the Jacksonville Jaguars defense yesterday.
Facts.
Swiss Insurance Group. Swiss Insurance Group and their employees are heavily involved in their community. It's very rewarding, but it comes with great responsibility. If you sit on a local sports board, homeowner association, or volunteer as a coach, directors and officers insurance, they must, like the arm of Spencer's Pit, make sure the kids, parents, and volunteers are all protected. Call Swiss Insurance today.
Today. Check it out.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin More Rax.
What up, though?
Yeah, yo, Chris and the TD Roof, JB Smooth, the 1s and 2s. We're rocking along on a Victory Monday. Hit the like button if you guys haven't already. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. This is actually an interesting question in the Woodward Sports chat, and I apologize I missed for who asked it. I think it was Bob's Big Boy. We said that Goff looked better than Trevor Lawrence yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Goff had more,
I feel like
he's got more weapons. The team played a lot better, but what Trevor Lawrence did, extending plays, using his legs, some of the throws he made.
A couple drop balls.
A lot of drop balls.
Yeah.
A lot of drop balls. But no, yeah, Goff outplayed Trevor Lawrence for sure. But
I guess if you're, I'd rather have Trevor Lawrence. Yes, I would. I apologize, guys. I mean, skill set and
like right now, like if you're saying I'm going to win a Super Bowl right now, I'm going to the Super Bowl right now. I have the San Francisco 49ers team. I'd probably take Jared Goff. But where the Lions are at in their rebuild, I'm taking a younger quarterback who is still developing and has elite qualities.
Yeah, 100%. Silent in the Woodward Sports chat says Christian Kirk stats are comparable to St. Brown's. Here's the difference. Christian Kirk hasn't missed any games this year. I know because I had him on my fantasy football team, and I just offed him for Amari Cooper, who did nothing for me yesterday. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
But
That was tough.
it's
because he's got a massage boy back there.
Amon-Ra's missed essentially 2 to 3 games with the ankle injury.
Yes.
He got pulled out of one for
he got
concussion.
pulled out of one. Yeah.
So Amon-Ra St. Brown is better than Christian Kirk. I don't even
110%. Amon-Ra St. Brown's top 10.
He's nearing.
Put some respect on the sun god.
100%. You know what? Maybe we do that later this week. We'll have to do that. But
what a wide receiver ranking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done.
So we'll see where it falls.
I'm done.
Because like I know.
Like the top 5. You can like list off the top 5. It's like, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. What a revenge
went
game.
Off against the Titans.
My Lord.
Yeah.
Speaking of revenge games, though, Detroit Lion had one himself, and he actually got the game ball afterward. We saw it in the video in the opening of the show. DJ Chark. DJ Chark was balling yesterday, and honestly, when healthy, he has been contributing to this football team.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's some people out there. It was actually on the guy who likes Tiana Trump, Jared Goff, but he had a couple guys on, and they're talking about how I
fuck with Tiana Trump.
I do too. My God,
I mess with Tiana Trump.
The throat goat for sure. If you don't know,
now you know.
Find out later tonight. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey yo.
But I lost my train of thought. I did this earlier too. We started talking about it.
Yeah, you did. Dude gets frazzled.
Oh, they were saying Tom Kennedy was a better wide receiver than DJ Chark, and I was like, bro, what are we doing, guys? Like, context matters.
Overreactions are a hell of a drug. Like
it really is.
We see what DJ Chark did. We've seen what DJ Chark does when he's healthy. Like, yeah, he's a Pro Bowler. The guy was a Pro Bowler with Blake Bortles, who is, obviously the greatest quarterback of all time. So it's not saying much, but it's
he didn't have a pass under 19 yards. I want to say yesterday. Yeah. Oh, and we already mentioned earlier in the show, but did the route change or the throw?
Yeah, did it?
The throw
I
changed.
think the throw changed.
So everybody's trying to say DJ Chark was running the wrong route.
I don't think he
goofies.
He could have gone back shoulder, but he was open and he caught it. He was making contested catches. He was making catches with dudes all over. Pause. But it was fun.
5 catches on 6 targets for 98 yards in total.
Yeah, he was 2 yards away from 100.
2 yards away from 100. Balling against his former team. Seeing how much that offense was humming with the healthy DJ Chark within the mix. What do you think? Because we only have a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
Are you letting him walk? Because I know there's conversations before. A lot of people didn't care. Neil was one of those guys. I don't care either way. Man.
I don't care either way. If they sign him for a similar contract, a 2-year, $17 million deal, 2-year, somewhere between 15 and 20, I'm not mad. It's the injuries that get me. It's the amount of games he consistently misses. But when he's out there, he's a player. I'm not mad if they sign him, but I also wouldn't be mad if they didn't sign him because I think Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown are going to be the duo of the future. And you just need a guy like Quintez Cephas, like a guy of that ilk, if he could play, if he could stay healthy, a possession receiver, a guy who can run, medium routes while J-Mo takes the top off and Amon-Ra goes underneath. Whether that is him or Josh Reynolds, I wouldn't mind seeing that either. Or they re-sign DJ Chark. That's fine for me. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, because I only brought this conversation up because Booner brought it up yesterday and was like, "Damn, we might have to re-sign him for next year." And I was like, "The offense looked amazing yesterday. They scored eight possessions. Mm-hmm. The only drive they didn't score on, they're taking the kneel because they won the game. Didn't punt the ball once. Jack Fox was big chilling. Matter of fact, I think I saw a beer in his hand at one point. No, I'm joking. I didn't see a beer in his hand. But it raised the question, do you want to bring this guy back because his offense humming with it? But I was like, you know what? Jameson Williams kind of brings, I guess, interjects himself in that conversation because I feel like he can do what DJ Chark can do.
And that's what Steve Lehman in the chat says. As long as he isn't signed to a bloated contract, then he won't do anything. That's what it is. As long as they don't sign him to a Trey Flowers contract, which is not Brett Holmes. He's not going to do that, so you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I'm cool with them bringing him back for another year. Maybe do it again. Maybe run it back. Give him another year, $10 million. Fine. Or, like I said, 2 years, 17 and a half, 2 years, 18, somewhere around there. Or let him walk.
Yeah. Again, I think that's why you drafted Jameson Williams because, you knew he was going to be out this season, obviously. Yeah. Actually, free agents became before that, but he can fill that role when he's healthy. And I kind of want to, swing this into a little bit of that conversation, too, because the hype train was rolling for my man J-Mo. And deservedly so. He was a baller in college. What were your expectations, and what was your reaction to like his actual gameplay yesterday for J-Mo?
J-Mo, I mean, I was geeked. I was geeked. Every time I saw him in there, I was like, all right, let's go. We talked about the one, we got a group thread that we were all talking about, the non-catch on the actual attempt he had where he made a good play on the ball. He just got shoved out of bounds, and, it is what it is. It's going to happen. But
first game back.
Yeah, first game back. Dude's rusty. He got one attempt. I'm not worried about it. He was out there. That's what I like to see. He was out there, and hopefully next week he's getting more and more. Hopefully he sees 5, targets next week. Hopefully he plays 20 plays next week rather than 3 or 5 or whatever it was. I'm excited for him. I think the guy's going to be a difference maker on the offense.
Yeah, because some people are like, I get the hype train, and I like 100% with you guys. I was almost like impressed with the way they used him because again, Dan Campbell said it, during the post game pressers, like we kind of just want. It's really just him getting his feet wet,
for sure.
And pause. We said getting there, like wrestle the guy, like make some contact because he's getting back to the game of football, and then on top of it, it's at the NFL level.
It's on a completely different level. You got to get familiar with the pace of the game, the speed of the game, the physicality that these cornerbacks are going to be playing you with, because you don't think they hear the hype. They hear the hype. Cornerbacks are the most, cocky dudes out there other than wide receivers.
Yeah.
So they're going, you're supposed to be as fast as Tyreek Hill. Let's see that. Bop.
Yes.
Bop. They're going to be coming at you because you were a top pick. So, yeah, put them out there. Let them get a feel for the game before you actually free J-Mo.
Yeah. And he needs that experience. I know he got bumped out of bounds and couldn't end up making the catch, but, you learn from it.
You learn,
and that's why you want him to get in there and get his feet wet sooner than later.
How physical you're allowed to be at the top of your route, how physical you're allowed to be when running down the sideline. These are all things that you need to learn and adjust to the game. So
it's almost smart too. I feel like the way they were using him, because they had him in, and the first initial play, I knew J-Mo was in before you even know he was in because the plays are rough.
Everybody's
you heard the crowd go.
Yeah,
I mean that's awesome. I love Ford Field when it's rocking, but it was smart because you hear the crowd erupt. You know who he is.
Yeah.
So the defense, he automatically commands the respect of paying attention to where he is, and then boom, run play, got your ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Steve Lehman says it in the chat. I saw it all over Twitter there, and you heard it in the broadcast at times. We want J-Mo. And I can't blame fans. I can't blame everybody. I want J-Mo. I want to see him out there.
100%.
I want to see him out there. But like we said, it's going to take time for him to adjust to the speed and physicality of the NFL and learning some of the quirks of receivers. So I hope after that, he calls Garrett Wilson, who said, I can't wait to see my dog out there. He calls Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
He calls, Jerry Jeudy.
Stop, man. You're going to make me think of them forming a super team.
And he asked when he Alabama, when it was Henry Ruggs, Devontae Smith, Jerry Jeudy, and J-Mo all in the same receiving corps.
Nasty. Waddle.
And Waddle. Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
And so I hope he talks to those guys, his boys, the guys he played with, and be like, all right, so how physical could I be at the top of routes? I mean, I'm sure Amon-Ra, those guys are telling him as well that he's definitely getting coached up. He's playing for Antoine Randall Ellis.
Yeah, for sure.
Antoine Randall Ellis is coach, so he knows what he's going to do. But it's still, the more voices you hear, the better, and those are all his friends.
Yeah.
So.
And I know, I guess I brought it up for the people that may have been concerned because, there was so much hype on him. But DJ Chark spoke on it after the game. And he's like, he just need to get his feet wet. He needs to get out there and, learn what it takes to, get off of a NFL, DB.
Yeah.
Because they're allowed to get physical with you. And they're grown men. The NFL, it's another reason why I like the NFL over college. And I'm not, saying I don't watch college, but I think it's a better product is, the NFL, you're doing the best of the best.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? College, the best of the best. They play at Alabama.
NFL is all Alabama. It's literally, the guys at Alabama, that's why Alabama and Georgia have, 6 people drafted in the first round. It's because that's where the NFL players go to play.
But Chark was talking, and this is the guy who's been in the league, 5 years, maybe 6 years now. Yeah. And he reminded people, he's going to be really, really special.
Yeah.
Once he gets,
Once he gets things going, that's all it takes, man. And if you want to get quick like J-Mo, get blazing, all you got to do is go to Planet Fitness. Get some calf raises in, hit the treadmill a little bit. Planet Fitness is the home of the Judgment Free Zone and the official studio sponsor of the Woodward Sports Network. You can go there to work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The gym that has always been known for being clean is now cleaner than ever. It has tons of equipment. You can get a full-body workout in just 30 minutes in the 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. You can get all of that for just $10 a month. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
At Alta, uptime matters. Alta equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You got a big project coming up? Alta has you covered. Give them a call today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta equipment where uptime matters. What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on WoodWardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin More Rax.
What up, though?
We got young Chris in the TD booth, JB Smooth on the ones and twos. It is now time for our favorite segment. Fresh off of Monday, fresh off of ash whooping, if you will, against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Buy or sell Detroit Lions edition.
There's going to be a lot of buying, I'll tell you that.
It's so easy. Yeah, today's an easy one. I almost feel bad. All right. Starting off, you're right. Everyone's going to be bought today. But Aaron Glenn.
Buy. Are you serious? Aaron Glenn. Like, we already talked about this for a while. This guy has been slowly cultivating these rookies. He's been listening to them. He's been adjusting his defense over the past weeks, and now he has them humming. He has them playing tough, playing physical, forcing turnovers, and not allowing opposing offense to get settled and get comfortable. So I'm buying. Buy. Aaron Glenn.
JB, AG, buy or sell?
I'm buying. I'm buying all day on this dude right now. Like I said, watching the Lions game, you see the players out there, these young guys just evolving more and more as they get comfortable with the game and at the level the game is played in the NFL now. So I'm buying all day. He's coaching these guys up to the best of his abilities, and it's showing right there on the scoreboard. So I'm buying.
100%. You're learning the game as like this season progresses a little bit, Chris. I know you've watched it as like a casual fan, but like now you're kind of forced to pay attention to the situation. I guess, yeah, obviously you're going to say buy AG, but what has been his, I guess, season from your perspective?
I mean, I think Spencer's stat is the one that blows me away the most, that a young team is not committing penalties. Because I think regardless of any sport, young players make mistakes. They're learning the game. So that, to me, shows a lot of progression as a coach, and also that is extended to the players as well. And that's all you can ask for. When you said the stat of the youngest defense, then I changed all my expectations, and I started looking at, okay, just how much do they progress? How much better do the players get? How much better does the defense get? And the fact that it's consistently improving with a young team where consistency is hard, you got to buy its stock. I don't see why you wouldn't.
Yeah, and again, I think, I mean, obviously you guys know me. All season long I've been buy. I bought low. I'm balling right now. I'm balling off of Apple stock, all right?
Facts.
I bought it in the 80s.
I invested the rest of my money in some fruit company.
Yeah, 100%. And I guess the point I was going to make is, like, none of these guys are playing. They're contributing to winning games now, and you love to see it. What do you got? What's in the docket for you, Spinny?
All right, give me one. Let's talk about
sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good times. All right.
DeAndre Swift. By himself.
That's another one. I was on your ass. You and Flannel Sam.
By himself. We were on our ass for what?
You guys were trying to trash my man.
He was injured and playing. That's what it was. And now he's healthy and he
was
played
still
well.
giving you something. He gave you something in the Bills game, and then you got the extra rest this week. And guess what you're saying this week? Well, you answer me, Spin. You buying something?
I'm buying.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because he looks healthy. He looks like he did in the first 4 weeks of the season. He was getting RB1 carries, and he was making the best of it. He was catching out of the backfield. DeAndre Swift looked like he was back. He looked like he was healthy. I was happy to see DeAndre Swift out there making plays because I like the guy. When healthy, explosive talent, detrimental to the offense. Or incremental, not detrimental. Very important part of the offense. So, yeah, I'll buy DeAndre Swift.
100%, bro. I mean, you guys know that's where I was going with this anyway. Like, DeAndre Swift's been my guy. You guys talking mad disrespectful about him when I was in the. You lucky you in this. You had this big desk in the way, and I was in the mass chair because I was going to come over here with both y'all asses.
He's just being soft about it.
No, I wasn't. And only 3 more carries, he damn near doubled the yardage that Jamal Williams put up. And Jamal Williams had another fumble. When it first happened, it was uncharacteristic when they said this guy's never lost a fumble before. But then I got to thinking, like, well, damn, he's really only been a backup running back. Now that we're seeing getting these excess carries, we're starting to see a lot of fumbles. The talent up. Matter of fact, he got more than Swift. DeAndre Swift, bye. 14 carries, 62 yards, a touchdown that he made a play to get, by the way, because it was looking like it was going to be like for a loss. Bounced out to the right, took it in, and then he also was, third in the team in receiving yards. 49 and 4 catches.
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift, when healthy, is a dog. I heard Ben Johnson say it before the week popped up. Was like, we're kind of missing our explosive plays. They got DeAndre Swift healthy. They put up 40 freaking points.
Yeah, that's an important part. He brings a lot of explosive plays when healthy.
100%. JB Smooth, you buying or selling DeAndre Swift?
I don't know what I had for him last time. I don't know if I sold him or bought him, but I think I'll stay with him and I'll buy it a little bit, at least for now. As Spencer said, when he's healthy, he's performing. He is that top running back that you expect the Lions to have. So I can see him pretty much, being the RB1 right now until, the rest of the season. And after that, you can see where you're at with him, whether you decide to, whether he's boosted his stock enough to trade him a little bit more, because the free agency running back market right now, I don't know. I kind of see a couple more guys I would like a little bit more than DeAndre Swift, but I'll buy for now.
Chris, you buying or selling DeAndre Swift?
I'm selling, and I know he's playing better. I'm selling because, yeah, I know, for real. I'm selling because, honestly, he's playing great. Yes, he's playing better. But at the end of the day, like Spencer said, it's the availability. And I feel like now while people are buying, I'm going to keep selling because I just don't see – I see the talent. I just don't see the availability. Like that run for the touchdown that you brought up, I saw that. That was a great play. He made something out of nothing. And you can't deny the talent, but it's just at the end of the day, he can't stay available.
When he is available, he's extremely productive for his team. Okay,
but how much is that worth?
That's true.
Really, that's the question.
We're not paying him. We're not paying him jack.
Yeah, we don't got to pay him until after next season.
He's a second-round pick.
He's still got another year on his contract.
All right, Spinny, I got a good one for you. Now, I'm glad I'm getting this out of the way, so you get to go first because I hate talking on it. But Jared Goff.
Yeah. I mean, this is a loaded question. Bye. Top five.
I didn't say it.
Top five. No, it's. I mean, what can you say? The guy played a great game. He is what I know he is. He is what I expected him to be. He's a good quarterback. He's not top 10. He's literally the definition of mid, but he had a great game. And he went out there and he had success. Again, it's not changing my thoughts on him that he is not the future of the quarterback position for the Detroit Lions, but he played a good game.
Yeah. JB?
I'll buy him for right now. But, as Spencer said, he's not winning you a Super Bowl. He's doing good right now. He's your average, prototypical quarterback.
He's your classic peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, exactly. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
PB&J. See how he finishes off the rest of the season. And, honestly, if you want to trade him, look, San Francisco, Carolina, hell, even Denver. If you want him, just give us a call.
Young Chris. You buying or selling, JG?
You got to buy. And I'm not buying for the reason that people think. I'm buying because everybody else around him is getting better, and therefore his midness is elevating.
That's fair. You want to know what I'm doing?
And again, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
These people in the chat, he's got top 10 numbers. Do you think he's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL? Yes or no? If you keep saying he's got top 10 numbers, then you don't, because you just say he's a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, you're saying he's overachieving.
100%. He's top 12. He's 12. I'm selling. But not for like the reasons you think it is. I'm selling because
Steal my line.
This is exactly the scenario that I told you guys that I wanted to happen. I wanted Jared Goff to have this season. You can go back to like the off season for the Detroit Lions. For me, when I was speaking on this, let him ball. Let him ball. Let him look great, and let somebody pick up the phone and say, "Hey, you know, our teams, we got to re-sign a bunch of guys after these next 2 years, but we feel like we're right there." And we, you know, JG's been in the Super Bowl. We know you're going to pay some of that dead cap, so we're getting him on a little bit of a discount. Say, bro, how about I give you like, you know, maybe a second and a third rounder, and you know, if we end up winning a couple playoff games, we'll turn that third round into another second for you. You guys hand us over Jared Goff. You drafted Bryce Young anyway. I'm just that's what I'm building up, because we all know the dead cap situation. I get you guys are gonna love we don't win a lot of games here in Detroit. So like when we see a little bit of success like we are now, by the way, we're still 5-7, weird. But when you see a little bit of success, I get you guys want to fall in love with it and you want to marry it right away. You bust a nut one time and you want to put a ring on the finger.
Yeah.
But brother, there's other options out there.
Very desperate.
Yeah, very desperate.
For things that I don't know, just aren't like.
Get a girl that's younger and cheaper,
test
and you actually get a ring for it.
And watch the arm talent, the athleticism. Like it is not upper echelon. It is not top 10 in the NFL. It's just simply isn't. He is a game manager. Flat out, he's a game manager. He does what he needs to do. I had this speech like 4 weeks ago. Jared Goff is Ryan Tannehill, is Jimmy Garoppolo. They're like the worst of them is like Baker Mayfield. Like if they're bad, they're Baker Mayfield. If they're good, they're Jared Goff, Ryan Tannehill, Jimmy Garoppolo. They're game managers, and that's all. And if you want your franchise quarterback to be game manager, you're an idiot. But no, you're entitled to your own opinion. It's just I expect some kind of elite talent out of my franchise quarterback.
100%. And the goal for me is a team. Like I saw somebody in the comment in Woodward Sports chat, Bloody Mary. LOL, easy. You can't say he's mid, but expect another team to pick up the phone and trade for him.
Pick up the phone, dude.
That's fair. I didn't say for a first round pick. Yeah. I said for a second and a third, but there's teams out there like the Colts right now that had a squad built up, and they're like, let's go grab Matt Ryan, we're going to go and compete. Matt Ryan is ass at this point in his career. I've always actually thought Matt Ryan was semi-golfish his entire career. I thought Kyle Shanahan made a lot of things happen for him, and along with Julio Jones. But that's a team. The Jets may be a team. There's other teams that like are right there that Goff is that much of an upgrade over what they have right now, and they'll still be getting them at a discount that it might be worth taking a risk for. I didn't say first rounders, instead of second and a third.
It's about the finesse.
Yes, and Brad Holmes, he's pretty nice at finessing, gotta be honest with you.
Tell us about Bedrock.
I'll tell you guys about Bedrock, all right? Let me find
Young money.
Young money. Downtown Detroit's all decked out for this holiday season with the return of the Cadillac Lodge and the Monroe Street Midway. The Midway is a giant slide with winter bumper cars and an indoor arcade. Plus, you grab drinks at the Lodge before or after games. Shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with deckedoutdetroit.com.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff-A Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. What will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this this program has been, I'm not snoring anymore. I have a lot of energy. It's great. And oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit customhealthcenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, Allen! Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin Rax. We got young Chris and TD Booth, JB's moving ones and twos. Victory Monday. Hit the like button, clap it up. I still see some of you clowns in the Woodward Sports chat, but I appreciate you rocking with us either way. MMS 1346 6969 _ exclamation point, whatever the hell your name is, brother. Brad Holmes did not demand the Rams trade up for Jared Goff in the 2016 draft. As a matter of fact, I think Brad Holmes was like a video intern for the Rams. He's like a marketing intern for the Rams in 2016. The story that you're thinking of is a situation with Aaron Donald, where he pounded his fist on the table as the young man in the room who wasn't supposed to have a voice and was like, you need to get this guy. And much like he must do in these trades,
worked out pretty well.
Yeah, he talked it up pretty well.
Probably, I think, the best defensive player in the history of football.
He's definitely up there.
I mean, you know, Lawrence Taylor is probably the one that most people will say, but he's the best person I've ever seen play football.
100%. Yeah, guys. I guess, and I'm only bringing this up because it's the conversation that's going on now. It's a conversation that goes on every single day. For some reason, somehow, this guy that was traded for two first-round picks in exchange for Matthew Stafford because the team wanted to upgrade from him has become so divisive in this town. And I get it, like it comes off as disrespectful because you guys, a lot of you guys are fans of the team and you love and you rock with the team. And like I said, you bust a little nut and you're ready to put a ring on it. You want to commit to it long term. But it's not going to do no good for you if she's out there banging other dudes. She's bringing home STDs. She's not. Not even that. That's maybe a little bit too much. I apologize. All right, you busted your nut and you want to put a ring on it, but the bitch don't do dishes. The bitch can't cook. She gets really toothy blowjobs. Like that's Jared Goff. You don't put the ring on that. On top of that, she's a gold digger a little bit too. She's cost you a top 4 salary in the league. And guess what? Top 4 salary in the league ain't doing that version of it. Isn't doing the dishes. Not make you get done on the mom, and they're not cooking like 4-course meals, and they don't need 4-course meals to get married.
We're done. We're
Well, no. I'm still going on it though because I had the same opinion with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, in terms of like putting a ring on it, that's a fine dime Brizzle.
Yeah.
But is she worth the upkeep? Is she worth you spending half your paycheck every single week to keep her happy? No, it's not. That's not how teams win. They don't win paying anybody throughout the history of Everdom.
Mm-hmm.
Over 12% of your salary cap. That's not me pulling that out my ass. That's facts. You can hit your Google machine, type it in, and find out for your damn self. A lot of these quarterbacks you like to praise when they go to the Super Bowls is usually on rookie deals. You look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady's infamous for taking less money to benefit the team. You remember Joe Flacco? When a Super Bowl MVP went dumb in the playoffs?
Yeah, he had one of the best postseasons of all time.
That was on the last year of his deal.
Yeah.
Got paid. What happened to Joe Flacco since then? Like, guys, it's a team game. It doesn't matter how good you are. Aaron Rodgers is another example of that too. He got his Super Bowl ring after one of the lockouts, so he's kind of like in a in between that deal situation too. I wouldn't take Lamar Jackson at over 12% of my salary cap. And I think he's better than Jared Goff. I'm not disrespecting you.
$50 million is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. $30 million is a lot of money too. That's a top 4 salary cap in the league. People are like he's playing good for his contract. What the? That's a top 5 deal.
Yeah.
He's not playing top 5 in nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Not top 5 in touchdowns. Not top 5 in yards. Not top. I don't think he's top 5 in QBR. I don't even like advanced analytics. I apologize. What are we trying to move on to?
No, it's all right. I just wanted to. Well, it's over. We only have 2 minutes left, but I just wanted to shout it out. We didn't get to it today because
you interrupted me 15 times. The other people in the chat about Jared Goff.
That's fair. It's fair. It's very fair. These people are. It's like arguing with a wall. Like
what do you mean
with
these
the guy
people?
That's like at the brick wall.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Literally.
But We got to shout out Michigan. They went out there. They took care of business against Purdue. It was a schwacking. And they won the Big Ten for the second season in a row. We're definitely going to get into it more tomorrow. We just had a lot on our plates about the Detroit Lions, so we had to do that a lot. But we're going to talk about Michigan tomorrow. Michigan will be playing TCU in the college football playoff. Ohio State squeaked in there. They're going to be playing Georgia in Atlanta. So that'll do it for us today. We appreciate you all for tapping in and watching the Woodward Heavyweights live on woodwardsports.com from 5 to 7 Monday through Friday. Make sure you tell your friends. Make sure you tell your family. Make sure you make a fake account for your grandma. Make sure she's subscribed. For the man to my left, the one, the only, Speak Easy, we got a young Chris in the TD booth, JB Smooth on the ones and twos, and I am Spencer Raxter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.